Hello and welcome to Settle the Score, the programme with the automotive answers to all those driving dilemmas and motoring myths. On this week's show, we're down back at the racetrack to settle another score, this time between black cab driver and minicab driver, and the meter's running. We're back at the car factory to find out the secrets of the paint shop and ask the burning question, are all cars really just white underneath? In a hurry to get on holiday, we put a camper van through its paces to find out just how fast it can whisk you away on that well-earned break. And how much power do you have under your bonnet? We take a look at a car with real power. So sit back and enjoy as we settle some scores.
You know our favourite customer here?
The blonde.
The blonde.
The blonde chick.
That's the one. She broke down on Thursday.
Oh, did she?
Yeah. But it was quite lucky because she asked me to get a taxi and we flagged a black cab down. And it was Jim, guy who used to work down here.
Yeah, Jim, right.
He was telling me it's a tough job that, you know, they have to do all this knowledge test and learn about where they've got to go all around town. It's a hell of a job,
But
I
it's the
think.
black cab drivers, isn't it? They have to do that.
But anyway, she was pleased. She went off, got a nice tip from her.
Hey. Tell you something though, you can sing your praises about those black cab drivers, and fair enough. But I think those the minicab drivers are just as good.
Do you? Why?
Oh, come on. I mean, they've got to know the road. They learn on the job. They might not do the test, but they learn on the job. They've got a variety of cars they could drive, not just a big, heavy Hackney carriage, you know.
Oh, you've got to be a good driver to handle those big, heavy black ones, though.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But still, you know, a taxi driver's a taxi driver. Skilled profession.
It's a skilled profession, but the black cabs are heavy, heavy, heavy. And I tell you, again, if we put them to a race, black cab man for me, Hackney driver, no
I
problem.
would put a minicab driver against a black cab driver any time.
Are you betting again?
If you're asking, I'm
Your
betting.
money is so easy to take on you.
You think so? You think so?
It's so easy.
Well, hello and a warm welcome once again to the Settle the Score racetrack. The score to be settled today is between these two gentlemen. Paul Caruana is on the left. He's a recently retired black cab driver. Today he'll be facing Martin Callahan. He's a minicab driver who's very much still in the business. But let's get down to business. The two give each other a friendly warning before the race. Some helmets there, don't know what they're for. But anyway, down at trackside, the two look very frisky indeed. Both drivers now being called to the starting line by the man with the checkered flag. Don't forget this is now the 6th Settle the Score race. And who today will indeed settle the score? Don't forget it's minicab driver versus black cab driver. Paul there in the red race suit wearing the black helmet, facing this man Martin in the blue race suit and the white helmet. Red to green, they're off. Now this may look like a slow start at home, but let me assure you these karts are accelerating with some pace. As we approach the second corner, the hairpin, Paul is leading by some yards over Martin. But no sooner have I said that than he has made up the distance. This is going to be a close race all the way. Well, it has to be noted that Paul does seem to be taking the better racing line of the two. But here's the aggressive man, Martin, trying to make his way through on the inside, but being denied. Paul's just drifted wide there, but he seems to have recovered just in time to shut the door on Martin. Lap 2 and there's still all to play for. Once again, Martin making up some excellent time on the hairpin. My word, he's really hounding Paul here. In fact, he's not just hounding him, it looks as if he's going to take the lead. Disastrous, what's he doing? He's done it. He's done it. He took a very wide line, but it looks as if he's done it for now. Paul, a disastrous move, but what's this? Inside, once again, he's taken the lead. Is this score ever going to be settled today? Lap 3. Martin's favourite hairpin. Can't seem to pick up any advantage there, but once again, he's right on the back of Paul. In fact, he seems to be making his way through on the inside. Yes, he's taken the lead. Well, this is real back and forth stuff. Paul now in second place in the black helmet. Surely his chances must be over. He'll be so disappointed after that initial lead. Oh yes, a nonchalant little wave there as Martin Callahan, the minicab driver, takes the checkered flag and settles today's score. Oh well, bit of friendship there. Martin looks back at his counterpart. He knows it's been a great race. And I don't believe it. they're shaking hands. Beautiful, touching moment. What a way to settle a score.
I tell you, that bet was as safe as our car park.
Aye, when you're right, you're right.
And now, here's one for you. Which car has been in production for the longest time? A. Volkswagen Beetle. B. The Morgan 4.4. C. The Rolls-Royce Silver Seraph. Tough one, tough one. Well, the answer? It's Morgan. It's been built since the 27th of December 1935 by the Morgan Motor Company in Malvern, and it's still being made today. And popularity hasn't wavered either, as there is a 6 to 8 year waiting list to buy one.
I'm telling you, snails must be the slowest thing on the earth.
And so would you be if you had to carry your house and the kitchen sink and everything else you possessed?
Camper vans do it, they're not that slow.
Of course they're slow, they're one of the slowest things going. What do you think that you could do a camper van would do 0 to 60 in?
I don't know, 8.5 seconds?
No way, it's got to be at least 20.
20? I can do 0 to 60 in less than 20 seconds.
You're on, I bet you.
Fine.
If you've ever been stuck behind a camper van on a bank holiday Monday, then keep watching. This is Kirkbride Airfield in Cumbria, and the location for our Settle the Score test. Can we break the stereotype of the camper van and redeem its reputation? Well, Vinny from Campbell's Caravans has kindly agreed to bring along a camper van to take part in our experiment. Just how quickly can it go from 0 to 60? If at all.
My name is Vinny Thompson. The vehicle we're sitting in at the moment is a Buccaneer coaster. It's fitted with bathroom, full kitchen. It's got a hot and cold water system that will work off gas or mains. It's got a heating system that works off gas or mains, thermostatically controlled. And it will sleep 5 people. It's based on the new Ford with the common rail diesel engine, 2.5 litres. It's got a 5-speed gearbox, synchromesh, and it has a top speed in the order of 80 miles an hour if you want to do that. Unless the policeman sees you, of course. It's actually worth £34,500. I think it's a lot of money, but there you go. I would like to test it just to see what it will do, 0 to 60, how long it takes, and also I'd like to see what its top speed is.
So let the test begin. Vinny revs up the engine in preparation for his speed run. So here we go with the first run. Start the clock, please. Oh dear, try as he might, Vinny can't even get to 60. He's running out of runway. That's because he's driving into the wind and these vehicles are far from dynamic. So let's turn around and go with the wind rather than against it. Ready on the clock, please, and he's off. He's doing a lot better this time. He's already at 10 miles an hour, climbing fast, not bad for such a large camper van. Past 30 now and his acceleration is starting to slow down, but the speed keeps climbing. Let's hope he can get to 60 this time. The clock is ticking away. Perhaps those records people will be interested in the time we're going to set. Nearly there, come on, 60 miles an hour in a time of 24.6 seconds. It may not seem that much when compared to this Mitsubishi Evo 6, which can do it in 4.4 seconds, but still a worthy time for this huge vehicle.
I told you, you're not going anywhere fast in those camper vans.
And now here's one for you. Which celebrity is also the oldest racing driver to compete in a race? Is it A, Nick Mason from Pink Floyd? Is it B, the actor Paul Newman? Or C, the broadcaster Noel Edmonds, the oldest racing driver to compete in a race? The answer after the break. Hello, welcome back to Settle the Score. Before the break, we asked you which celebrity is also the oldest racing driver to compete in a race. Nick Mason from Pink Floyd, Paul Newman the actor, or broadcaster Noel Edmonds? Well, all three are connected to motor racing, but it was Paul Newman, who was 75 years and 11 days old when he took part in the Rolex 24 at the Daytona International Speedway in 2000. His co-driver, however, was only 17. And now let's settle another score.
Now that is a nice looking car.
Yeah, nice. Not too sure about the colour though.
Why? What's your favourite colour?
Haven't you guessed, mate? Black.
I'll tell you a fact you didn't know.
What's that?
All cars are white and then they spray them.
No.
Yeah?
All cars are white before they're sprayed.
Yeah. At the production line,
Yeah.
they're there, they're all hanging up and they're all white. And then you spray them black, blue, green, whatever. Red.
This might sound like an odd question, but what colour are they underneath the white?
Metal. Which isn't a colour. So I'm right, all cars are white and then you change the colours.
Why is it I find this hard to believe?
I detect a bet coming on.
I think you do. Would you like to put your money where your mouth is?
I will.
We'll see then.
We certainly shall.
The paint process involves applying various layers of paint to the car. The top one being the clear coat lacquer, which gives the car its glossy appearance. Underneath that you've got the actual colour coat in the colour you specified you wanted your car in. Underneath that you'd find what we call an electrocoat, which basically charged the car electrically before it gets its colour coat, which means the paint sticks much better to the car and there's not so much waste. Underneath all that you would find a base coat which is the same for all cars, same colour, just to really give it an even surface, and it also protects the car against stone chips. The car isn't sort of white specifically unless you're painting a white car. But the first stage in production of a car is called body in white, which basically is the area where you're welding together all the sheets of metal to form the car body. Don't really know why it's called body in white because the car isn't white as such, but I am led to believe that in earlier days of car production, metal would have a sort of slightly whitish appearance, and that's why it might have been called that. Now, after cars gone through body in white, because most manufacturers would use steel bodies, it's got that typical sort of metal grey appearance.
Hey, the lady.
And now here's a quickie for you. If you're an international driver, do you know what is the longest cable suspension road bridge in the world? Is it A, the Forth Road Bridge in Scotland? Is it B, the Akashi Kyoto Bridge in Japan? Or is it C, the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco? The answer? Well, it's over a mile long, it's in Japan, it's B. It's the Akashi Kyoto Bridge. Well done if you got that right. Now, let's settle another score.
I'll tell you what, those aeronautical engineers, some clever buggers, you know, they've took all the designs and everything and put it into cars on the road, especially the safety features.
Tell you what would be a great idea, to back a jet engine in a car.
You couldn't get a jet engine in a car, guy.
Of course you would, you whack it in the front and fly by, wouldn't it?
No way.
250 miles an hour, I reckon.
Oh, you must be mad. I'd say 190 tops. And even if you could get 190, the car would fall apart before you even got there.
Do you want to bet?
You're on.
This is a jet funny car. It's built in a space frame chassis. It has a motor from an F5 fighter aircraft. All carbon fibre bodywork, very aerodynamic, very quick. This is a new car, and in test runs so far it's run 250 miles an hour in a quarter mile in around 6.3 seconds. We're hoping to step that up an awful lot this year. The car's potential is 300 miles an hour in a quarter of a mile, from a standstill to a quarter of a mile. When I started this project, building this particular car, I started with a book, and everything I spent I wrote down in the book, and after 2 months I threw the book in the dustbin and said, oh well, forget that, we've just got to keep on. This particular car has took 18 months to build, which is a shorter time than we originally planned. We were very lucky. I've been brought up with racing. I race bikes, and I can't really say that this were a logical thing to do, but I raced one of these things for another guy. I got put in the hot seat out of the blue and thought, well, this is for me, this is what I want to do, so I started my own project. You have to be at one with the machine, and being a biker, I can do that fairly easily. But you need to be concentrated, you need to have nothing else on your mind whatsoever. It's you and the machine, you're going down that track, it's going to accelerate really, really hard. It's going to be pulling 4 Gs when you leave the start line. In an 1/8 mile it will be doing 200 miles an hour. At the quarter mile it's going to be doing 260 or 270. So you better be ready for it. The feeling is just absolutely incredible. I cannot tell you. The frame is 4130 chrome moly tubing, that's aircraft spec tubing. 6060 T6 aluminium throughout the car, again that's aircraft spec. All the parts you see, the wheels and things like that, they're all pure racing items, as are the brakes. All the safety systems, it's got many safety systems on it. Disc brakes on all 4 wheels. There are 2 parachutes to slow the car down from the top speeds, although generally we only use the one, and the other one is basically an emergency parachute, just to ensure that you can stop the thing if anything goes wrong, and it can. The last car that I built, I had a nasty accident with at Santa Claus Raceway in Bedfordshire. It went over the fence at nearly 245 miles an hour. It destroyed the car and I walked away from it. I was just lucky, it was just my day. It's the way it goes. You're generally making it do things that it's not supposed to do. You don't see an aircraft engine billowing flames and smoke out unless there's something the matter with it. But that's part of our start line show, and everybody seems to be popular everywhere we go, doing stuff like that.
You can see the reaction from all the race fans when you sat in the cockpit. You can see the faces through the windshield, and I'll tell you, it's good. It's good. When you're amusing so many people and entertaining people, that's pretty cool. But the best part, the very, very best part, is when you go to the start line, and now it's just you and the car. You forget about the other people. Now it's just you and the car. And that's absolutely amazing.
But just how fast will this machine go? Well, thankfully they're all too willing to accommodate us here at Settle the Score, and so we take to the race strip. Have a look at this. His support crew are on standby with fire extinguishers and other safety equipment. After a bit of showing off to the crowd, well, we're ready to do the run. Look at that go. That was a bit quick, so let's see it again in slow motion. The speed is 262 miles an hour. What a fantastic performance from the jet car.
You got me again, Guy. 260 miles an hour. I never would have believed it. I'll tell you what, you're good.
That's it for this week, but remember, if you have any score you'd like us to settle, then you can contact us via our website at www.menamotors.co.uk. Thanks for watching, see you again soon. Bye.